The following Best of Central Florida program is sponsored in part by Universal Roof and Contracting, Unique Diamond Boutique, Renewal by Anderson, Lucid Events, Beach Weddings in Florida, and Sophila Radio and Television Productions.
Welcome to the Best of Central Florida. Great show in store for you today. It is Best Wedding Businesses. Welcome in, Makaila, Nichols. You're going to do a lot of heavy lifting today. You seem to know more about weddings than I do. We both have never been married, but what we're going to show you today is really going to give people a huge head start when it comes to planning their wedding. It seems stressful. Getting married seems stressful.
But it's also exciting and like the happiest day of your life, so...
It is, and I think that choosing the right wedding businesses to help you take that day from a stressful one to an amazing day.
And one that you can remember forever.
It should be an amazing day, right?
Yeah, if you're only going to do it once.
Here's what we're going to do. Very quick break. When we return, the best wedding businesses in all of Central Florida. We have had not one hurricane, but two hurricanes over the last month and a week. You have roof problems. At the end of the day, you've seen some leaking in your roof, and it makes you very scared as a homeowner. This is your most valuable asset. What do you do? I'll tell you what to do. You call Universal Roof and Contracting. Our good buddies are here. I called you Nick the first time, and we still make fun of me for it. Corey is here.
I'm Corey.
And Justin, who I
Good to meet you.
Yeah, I'd be a rough one to forget that one, yeah.
Universal Roof and Contracting. Look, we have a lot of people coming down here right now. I call them hurricane or storm chasers.
Right.
They are not trustworthy when it comes to doing your roof. Universal's been around for a long time, veteran owned. Why do I trust Universal?
Well, just that. I mean, 30 years. We're veteran owned, family owned. We are right here, just a couple of miles down the road. Also, Jacksonville and over on the West Coast as well. And we're just serving the community. And we're licensed, we're insured, we're platinum certified contractors with Owens Corning, and we will give you an honest assessment of what's going on. If you have damage, if you don't have damage, if you've got life left on the roof, or if you need a new roof, we'll help you get taken care of.
Yeah, when I think Universal, I think family, I think veteran owned. You gave a veteran a roof the other day.
Yeah, it's an awesome project we're involved in every single year at this time. We build it up several months in advance, and on Veterans Day, we do a live show, and we get to announce that winner and donate an entire roofing system free of charge to that veteran in need. So it's a wonderful project. We just got done wrapping that up.
How do I know it's time to call?
Well, I mean, right now, because of the storm, it's important to just get your roof inspected. You don't know what's going on. Obviously, if you're seeing brown spots in the ceiling, if you're seeing shingles in the yard, if you're looking across the street and seeing your neighbor's yard or your neighbor's roof that's damaged, there's a good chance yours has got some problems as well. So we'll come out and do a free inspection, no cost to you.
I'm sure you guys have plenty of to-do right now. A lot of calls coming in, but you're going to be there in one day. Corey, Justin, always a pleasure to see you. If you've noticed anything after the storm with your roof, call Universal Roof and Contracting today, the only place we call when it comes to roofing.
The following Best of Central Florida Makaila's Choice is sponsored in part by Unique Diamond Boutique, Renewal by Anderson, and Sophila Radio and Television Productions.
They say diamonds are a girl's best friend, or a guy, or whoever loves diamonds, because let's be honest, we all love diamonds. So Makaila's choice for best wedding business are my friends over at Unique Diamond Boutique. I'm joined by the owner, Christopher, got my friend Noah and Teresa. So happy to have y'all here.
Thank you.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
having us.
Of course, literally the moment you walked in and started setting everything up, my eyes just started freaking out. I was like, I don't even know where to begin, but we're gonna start somewhere. So Christopher, tell me a little bit about what makes your company different than others.
Well, we were formed in 2009, and we started off as a diamond dealer. And then from selling family and friends, we moved into a small retail operation. So we built out a small little showroom that's designed after what you would see in New York, kind of the Diamond District,
Yes.
in Amsterdam or London. And then people will come there and visit, and we give them a personalized experience that you can't get anywhere else.
So true. And I mean, we'll definitely dive into the whole personalization because everything you're doing is so unique. I mean, literally Unique Diamond Boutique. It's in the word.
Very true.
But it is a really unique experience. tell me what kind of experience you really want your clients to walk away from when they come and visit you.
We've created a really special atmosphere. It's intimate, it's one-on-one, it's private. That way we get to know the customer a little bit better on a personal level. We also offer them top-notch customer service.
Yes.
So, they can call us, they can text us, they can email us, so we can really navigate them through this process, of making a big purchase, whether it's a custom design engagement ring or a high-end piece of jewelry. One of the things we also absolutely love to do for our clients is educate them so they know what they're getting into and also understand what they're purchasing. So it's really important for us that we give that education to them.
Definitely.
Another thing that we love to do is full customization. So we use a CAD program. We can actually create a wax resin for them if they want to try it on and see it beforehand. Which is really incredible. A lot of people like to do that.
That's awesome.
But if you're crunched for time and you don't have time to do that, we have a full showroom, as you can see, some of it's here, full of estate and vintage pieces. What also kind of makes us stand out a little bit more is our prices. The big box stores cannot compete with us. They have so much money in advertising and inventory, so you come to us and we're going to beat them every time. So we've really created that unique and one-of-a-kind experience.
I mean, honestly, you can't beat that. Get good prices, unique experience, quality.
Yeah.
But so let's talk a little bit about innovations over the years. Has there been anything drastic that's been going on in the jewelry industry?
Yes, actually, lab-grown diamonds, and we're the largest seller of lab-grown diamonds here in Central Florida.
Lab-grown diamonds?
Yes, lab-grown diamonds.
Wow. Okay, so what is that?
So they're 100% real. They have the same physical, chemical, and optical properties as you would find in a mined diamond. But what's really remarkable about them is that they're 50% less.
It's different because it is grown in a lab and it's not, harming the environment, so to speak, because there's only, I guess, so many diamonds in the world, right?
Exactly.
But now that it's grown in a lab, it's a game changer.
Yes.
And knowing the fact that it looks the same and everything of that nature is absolutely fantastic.
Exactly.
So did you bring some with you today?
Yeah, so what I have here today for you, I have a 1 carat GVS1 natural diamond right here on this side. And then on this side, I have a 2.5 carat GVS1 lab-grown diamond.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not, these are
my
the same price.
You're kidding.
Not kidding.
And the bigger one is the same price.
Exactly.
Look at that, ladies, fellas. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Can't beat it. Well, I know I personally would love to try some on.
Oh, absolutely.
For that
Feel
special
free, yeah,
someone
of course.
to figure it out. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this one here. Oh my goodness.
This is our really cool new interactive
Yeah.
design, so you can try anything that you want on.
Okay, put it
It's-
on the right finger. I'm gonna go for the big boy here. Carat, one of our C's. Very important. Look at that. Wow. I mean, this is amazing being able to physically try it on with, there's a magnet in here, I assume.
Yes.
But this is fantastic. It's kind of like, build a ring and see what it looks like.
Yeah, it gives you the opportunity to try on any size diamond and any style of diamond. We have halos, we have hidden halos, so you can try those all on and see how they look and see what shape kind of fits your hand the best.
Yeah, and I think that's one of those things, I personally, you walk into a ring store, it's I don't know what you want, I don't know what I want, and so trying them on really just kind of separates you guys, and obviously the cuts are beautiful. So ladies, fellas, if you need a great place to go check out, do yourself a favor and go check out Unique Diamond Boutique and get your bling on. We'll be right back with People's Choice after this short break.
You always hear all this talk about how going solar will lower your electricity bill, but your windows might be more important than solar. You have old windows, your electricity bill is going to skyrocket when you replace the windows. Guess what? It comes way down. There's one place to call when it comes to new windows, and that is Renewal by Anderson. Dan Brigman is here. Dan, always a pleasure. You're family to us. But at Renewal by Anderson, you treat your customers like family as well.
We really do, and it's really all about, we're just passionate, Justin, about improving the place that homeowners like yourself and our listeners live. Yeah. And it's important to us, and it's our #1 motto.
How do I know, though, it's time to call you to see about replacing my windows?
Well, that's a great question. I've always said we don't wake up every morning and do a window inspection, right? We're usually getting ready and getting the kids off to work, but really you got to look for key things. You got to look for windows that are leaking. You've got to look for air infiltration, that you can feel things coming around. You got to look for seal failure. That's when, and I'm not talking about decorations for Christmas. I'm talking about the foggy, right? And so, and you got single pane, and of course the big one, high energy bills.
That's huge. It
Yeah.
makes a big difference. And when you think about no down payment, no payments for sometimes 18 months, low interest rates, there are times where getting new windows can actually be free when you compare it to the cost that you're saving on your electricity bill.
Almost more times than not.
Yeah.
And it's really like this. I mean, if you take the whole house and you take every window and line it up, that's a wall and a half of pure glass all around your house. So think about it. You got bad windows or a single pane, you're paying your energy company to heat the outside of your house. And you're right. By the time you do the investment in our promotions, they pay for themselves in 10 to 15 years' time.
Dan, always a pleasure to see you, buddy. Keep up the great work and do yourself a favor. Call Renewal by Anderson today. Free consultation. You won't regret it.
The following Best of Central Florida People's Choice is sponsored in part by Lucid Events and Sophila Radio and Television Productions.
You have spoken, the people have spoken, and the People's Choice for best. I'm sorry, I just love that line.
Well, it's my line, but
I know.
I'm letting a bar with
Well,
today.
thank you. I
That's no
appreciate it.
problem.
Anyway, People's Choice for best wedding business are our friends at Lucid Events. I am joined by owner, CEO, boss babe, Gina D'Amato. So happy to have you here.
Thanks, guys. So happy to be here.
You know, we're talking about weddings. That's kind of like it could be a stressful day. It's the happiest day of your life. It should be the happiest day of your life. How did you get, hopefully, yeah.
No,
hopefully.
we'll make that happen, of course.
How did you get started in this business?
So I've been in events for such a long time, over 12 years now. So I started planning events. I was with Disney Motion Pictures, planning a bunch of red carpet premieres all over the city. Casual, you know? And that took me down here. I stayed with Disney for a few years, took me down here into the parks where I was a food and beverage manager for things like Epcot Food and Wine Festival, Be Our Guest, some really large volume applications. So that's like an event every single day.
No kidding.
Yeah, so some great event experience. After I left Disney, I was lucky enough to find myself at Wedding Wire, which I don't know if you guys are familiar, if the viewers are not familiar. It's really just the go-to for everything weddings, inspo, maybe planning tools, and then reviews of vendors in all the local markets and venues. So my job actually turned into building out most of Florida and getting the vendors and the venues onto the actual platform. So I've pretty much toured every venue and met almost every wedding vendor that pretty much exists in Florida. So it's given me such a really big network. And I also just lived, breathed, and slept weddings every single day because it was all we did. So I've seen thousands of weddings. I've definitely seen so many different trends and different things. So it just really made sense for me to get into the wedding planning business. It's just the logical option.
Yeah, it was a logical next step. And obviously, I mean, your expertise speaks for itself and like everything event planning and now with weddings. I mean, Wedding Wire is huge. Zola too. I mean, just your credentials just kind of back you up so much. When you think like wedding planner, why go with a wedding planner and what separates you?
There's so much that's gonna go into your wedding, let me tell you. So if you've never planned a wedding, you're gonna need to make 100 decisions and you're gonna have 1,000 questions for actually getting from A to B. And let's not even talk about what you're gonna do on the day of, because you're gonna have to manage it while you're getting your makeup done and doing photos, and there's guests to attend to. There's just so much that goes into it, and it's such a large event. So planning a planner is just such an important part of the actual wedding. And so what separates us from other wedding businesses or other wedding planners is we really take a personal approach when we work with all of our couples. This is not like a 1 to 2 business day email turnaround type situation. You want an answer, you can text us. We respond to you immediately. You want to talk to us 5 times a week and have virtual meetings? Let's do it. We'll walk the venue, we'll go with you. You get our wedding planning guide, which is awesome. And we use some amazing software called IO Planner so that we can build your floor plan. You can actually drag and drop guests right onto the seating chart. We just do things really, really seamlessly and easy. And then working with me is it's something that all my couples just love, because if they have something in their head, where can I go? How can I get this? Who's the best person? I can really give it to them so quickly just because of the background that I have. So it saves everybody a ton of time, which is so great. And a headache, which is awesome. And then you can really trust the vendor team you're building, because you really need a good one to make it happen on the day of.
No kidding. Are there any kind of clients you specialize with, or that you'd recommend your services to, or anyone who's just this is the right girl to go with because she is, but who are your main clients?
I've honestly planned weddings all over the board. So I've planned some high ticket luxe weddings, and then I've also planned some DIY weddings. I've done tropical weddings. This is actually from a wedding we did in Key West this weekend. So shout out to Allison and Greg for letting me have that. Nice. So and fairy tale weddings. I mean, we're going on a cruise ship soon. We plan outside of Florida. Wow. We plan all over the country. I just came back from California not too long ago and did a totally immersive fairy tale wedding. So there really isn't a niche for the weddings I've planned. My niche is really taking someone's idea that's in their head and putting it into a room and putting it into an event the way they're kind of thinking about it. Because you can have a really good idea, and sometimes it might be really hard with color schemes or props or things that you might want at the actual wedding. So my job is really to streamline all that and kind of put it together. And then budget-wise, we're happy to work with everyone, which is really great. Compared to like the market, if you will look at what the average wedding planner costs, we're extremely affordable and we're very competitive. So we believe that everyone deserves a great wedding planner for their big day, and that's what we really strive to give out, you know, no matter what kind of wedding they're going for. So we're happy to work with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do it alone. You have to have a wedding planner. I know when I get married, I 10 out of 10 need a wedding planner because I will be the person that has a zillion questions. So definitely do yourself a favor and check out Lucid Events if you're getting married, or maybe your friend's getting married and you're like, hey, here's an awesome recommendation for you. We'll be right back after this short break with Justin's Choice.
The following Best of Central Florida Justin's Choice is sponsored in part by Beach Weddings in Florida and Sophila Radio and Television Productions.
And finally today, it is time for my favorite portion of the program. It's time for Justin's Choice. And Justin's Choice for Best Wedding Business goes to our great friends over at Beach Weddings in Florida. Narissa's here, Tiffany. How are you guys? Great to see you both.
We are great. Glad to be here.
One-stop shop in some ways for someone who wants to have a beach wedding. That is Beach Weddings in Florida. That's your company. Tell me what you do.
So we offer a great experience for everyone who books us. So our clients typically are looking for an all-inclusive experience, and that's what we offer. We fully customize our weddings to match everybody's needs. We never give the same wedding twice. We're not a pop-up wedding business. What we do is completely customized for our clients.
And this is not just in Central Florida. You plan weddings throughout the state of Florida, preferred vendor for all these hotels we've heard about, Hilton Cocoa Beach, Hilton Garden Inn Cocoa Beach, all the way up to Destin, one of my favorite cities. The Inn at Crystal Beach, you got the Hard Rock Hotel. I mean, how did you get all of these accolades? How do all of these major properties really trust you?
So we have just really done the legwork to make sure that we create lasting relationships with these companies and make sure that when we bring our weddings there and our clients there, that we offer a great experience and that we develop a great relationship with those hotels and Airbnbs so that they would love to have us back the next time.
You know, it's you hear about Bridezilla or whatever, and how weddings are such a night. I'm sorry if that's offensive, but you know, there was a show called that, so I don't think I'm offending anybody.
It's your point.
Well, because weddings can be difficult. You want to enjoy the most special day of your life, but they can be complicated. Not with you.
No.
You guys make it so easy. You cover everything.
We do.
That's why we're here.
And
help you have a good wedding day, not work here all
and
day.
Still here, it's because you've done such a great job for so many couples throughout the years. Any favorite special venues that you like? Any parts of the state of Florida that you love for a wedding?
So Destin's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
We definitely have done a few weddings up there. We had a shark attack invasion of some inflatable sharks during our last wedding. That was hilarious. We actually got that on video.
Really?
And got them to pose for us under our arch, so that was amazing. But that's a really peaceful beach. We love doing weddings up there, but we're based in Cocoa Beach. We do a lot of weddings in Cocoa Beach. We have some great rocket launches that happen during our weddings and some other great things that happen as well.
So for a couple who's newly engaged, they're now starting to plan that wedding process. Take me through that first phone call with Beach Weddings in Florida all the way up until the day of. How does that process work?
Sure. So typically when they call, They'd like to know what this entails. So a lot of times they'll go to our website. It's really hard to describe on our website without having that phone call what we actually offer, because a lot of beach wedding sites offer pop-up weddings, and we don't do that because we want to customize that experience for everybody. So the first thing I do when I speak to my clients is I make sure that they understand that I'm going to take them through the process the whole time. I'm always accessible by phone or email or text, and if they need anything, they can contact me anytime. So I have brides who contact me constantly, and that's fine. And we talk a lot during the process, maybe an entire year and a half before the wedding happens. But they know when we get to that wedding that wedding is going to be exactly what they asked for, because we take the time to speak with them on the phone. So when we go through that initial process, I gather all the information for them. I ask for their inspiration photos. A lot of people have Pinterest. So that's something that I'm like, hey, give me your Pinterest. Let me see what you're looking at. And we take all of those little bits and pieces of the ideas that they give us, and we put those into a spectacular wedding setup for them.
How far in advance do I need to be planning my wedding?
2 years.
2 years.
Really is, honestly, I know that sounds
Really?
crazy.
It sounds crazy,
But
but it's true right now.
Because it's taking about 9 months to get a wedding dress back at this point.
Oh my goodness.
We don't have an issue getting anything that we need for our weddings as far as these setups go, any of the details. That's all fine and dandy. But as far as the really important things, like making sure your rings are ready, making sure your dress is ready, your tux, all of that stuff, your suit, you need to make sure you have those things kind of wrapped up within that maybe first few months of your planning process.
I know when I'm ready for that big day, I know exactly who to call for my beach wedding, and it's going to be you two.
Absolutely. We would love to have the
Keep up the great work. You guys are killing it over there. So nice to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
so much.
Do yourself a favor, beach weddings in Florida. If you want any sort of wedding in the state, this is the place to go. Makaila, what a great show.
Oh my gosh.
I learned so much. I'm a little bit nervous, but we learned a lot. Excellent job as always. Special thanks to our WKMG-based crew. You guys killed it as you always do. Mostly thank you for joining us here this weekend for Best of Central Florida.
The preceding Best of Central Florida program was sponsored in part by Universal Roof and Contracting, Unique Diamond Boutique, Renewal by Anderson, Lucid Events, Beach Weddings in Florida, and Sophila Radio and Television Productions.